seminal paper by Seymour Petty, who 50 years ago used a radioactive tracer to investigate blood flow in the brain. His surprise finding was that blood flow is higher in nuclei of the brainstem auditory pathway than anywhere else in the brain. This has now been confirmed in functional MRI scans. Children learn to speak by ear. This is why focus on the auditory system is important. And the highest priority for research should be to understand the brain impairments underlying the language disorder of autistic children. High blood flow exposes nuclei in the auditory pathway to any toxic substance that gets into the circulation. Genetic disorders often result in transcription errors of enzyme proteins. Toxic metabolites may then be produced, and nuclei in the auditory pathway are likely to be affected. Nuclei in the auditory pathway have likewise been found most susceptible to oxygen insufficiency at birth. The obstetric protocol adopted in the mid-1980s to clamp the umbilical cord immediately after birth is unsafe, especially if the newborn infant does not begin breathing right away. In 1964, Gerald Lucy found that bilirubin affected the brain only in newborn monkeys that had been subjected to asphyxia at birth. Components of vaccines like Hep B given soon after birth may likewise get into the brain. If an infant has suffered even a brief lapse in respiration, the IACC should be in a position to suggest that immediate clamping of the umbilical cord be stopped and that Hep B vaccination not be given soon after birth. My oldest son will be 50 in September. I have now spent most of my life reading everything I can find in autism, language, and the brain. This horrible handicap should have been understood decades ago.